show emotions, we just keep it down, down inside. Yeah, you and I, both longing for expression for the things we like, but we stay quiet. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be and you. We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all so blue. Yeah, what if we could grow just like the flowers through the concrete? Just you and me. Hold me now, tell me things, tell me all about how you feel. Just let yourself go. Say it loud, wake the world on the other side, make it real. Just let yourself go, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Oh yeah, just let go. Ooh, just let go. Just let yourself go. Let yourself be and you. We're holding back each other in the things we do. It's all
Welcome to Free Live Tarot Readings. I'm Tarot Oracle and I do the readings. What is up? Paula, Rebecca, Bartman, Christina, Jana. It's been one of those days. Jana, KSW, Andrew, and Amy and Christina. I think I got everybody. What's going on? It's been a rough day, so hopefully the stream goes well. Anyway, Paula, I got your stuff packaged up and we'll send that tomorrow morning, I think. Or if not tomorrow morning, tomorrow afternoon. If not then, the next morning. I'll send it very soon. It's all packed up, ready to go. November, thank you for your donation. I appreciate that. Let's see what November has to go there. Izzy Bear, thank you as well. Jalen may be done. I miss him. Will he be returning? All right, let's see if he be returning and see what is going on with all of that. Let's do that with the Tasty Tarot, which by the way, not Tasty Tarot, with the Waterfall Tarot, which by the way is being reprinted. So if you're looking for this, it is in the reprint process. So hopefully it'll be done in 3 weeks. It's a thicker card stock, so they needed to create a custom box. And the box, apparently the old one won't fit the new cards. So they got to make a new box. And I told them to make sure and jam the cards into the boxes so that we know that it fits. So yeah, and that should be about 3 weeks because it's supposedly extra. It's supposedly a little extra time, I guess, because the printer has to make a little custom box thing. Angie, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. Anyway, is he going to return? Hanged Man, it does say that he does have a change of heart. Not exactly the wounded warrior per se, but they do have a changed heart. And they do sort of look at things a little bit differently for sure as they progress through. So that sort of includes, what did I do wrong? What is something that I can do to fix some things? And, it would be nice to get back to the old days when you two were together and all of that good stuff. And yeah, so the Hanged Man says we do have a change of heart, a change of attitude eventually, sort of not immediately, but eventually. And I think the Emperor says they do take this into heart and they end up coming back or at least contacting you. Strength, known as the courage or survival instinct type thing, always also has a level of control about it. But one of the things about strength is it is two matching elements, two matching components. And those matching components coming together is one of the things that you look for when you look for something like the Lovers or the Two of Cups or whatnot. Strength is just as good as well. And there's also a bit about the Leo feel. You know, how is this sort of affecting me? What kind of impact did I have? How does this make me look? And I think they just like the look of being with you and whatnot. And again, we have the Wounded Warrior as well. So it's looking pretty good as far as that goes. Andrew, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. All right. What do we got next? We got 20 donations and we started 2 minutes ago. How does April's love going? Izzy was a bear who had no hair, maybe? I'm not sure, but I am sure that this is the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot. And the Golden Art Nouveau Tarot will let us know about Izzy's April love life, at least a little bit on the love side. See if things are going to go well for Izzy. Little hearts coming in there makes everything better. It makes all the things better. So there you go. Boo Boo, welcome. How you doing tonight? Good to see you. Okay. As far as love life goes, it's sort of interesting. It looks like a strength night. It looks like a strength night indeed. As far as April goes, it looks a little rough to start out. A little bit rough to start out. So we have a little of that Five of Wands action with all of the fiery aspects of that. Feels like that love just isn't sinking. Love isn't going where you sort of need it to go. A lot of times we try to push love in a certain direction and it just doesn't want to go there. And so it will push back. I think that's what you have here is a little bit of pushback for April for love. I think there's sort of this trying to apply force towards the love, apply force towards that action, and get a result that is not exactly the result that you need at this time. And trying that little force into that action gives you sort of strength. That is sort of pointing towards the Leo aspect as well. We're looking at, you know, trying to find something in love that just doesn't exist yet. And if we be patient, we have the strength, we have the courage, we have the patience to go forward with that, then it gets better and it does improve over time. So you're looking at April being a slow improvement. We're starting out again, not getting all the results that we need, not having a lot of the action, a lot of the energy that we sort of miss and we will want to point to. But instead, we're sort of in a different mode. And that mode is something that we need to walk through. And it's sort of like the hot coals in one of those team building things in the olden days when they had that. You just have to walk and try it out and have the courage and have the stamina to make it across there. And I think that's one of the things. April is a slow build towards something that's going to be a little bit better. And I say better because we do have the Six of Wands. Again, back with the fiery from the 5 to the 6, which is a progression. It does say the fight, the conflict, the push and pull that we had through sort of the beginning of April onward really works itself out. Because again, the progression that you have the 5 into the 6, into the 7, into the 8. It's all this one progression in the wand suit. And from here to here means that we do have to hang on. We do have to have that strength. And we need to sort of be patient and have that courage to get from A to B, because B is where we actually would like to be, no pun intended. So there you go. Just, be patient with April. Understand that April may not give you the results that you want immediately. It may not be a lot of things that you want, but if you do have the patience and you continue onward, I think it does work out quite well. We have more X's. X's with the Angie. Does the X miss me? Let's check that out by using the Modern Love Tarot. Because if an X missed you, they would miss you on the Modern Love Tarot. Peening for the Divine Masculine. The Divine Masculine's a good deck. That is quite the deck of cards. I gotta say, the quality is unmatched. Really makes you go, wow, that is astounding feel in the hands. You get a little bit of that masculine feel in the hands because
everybody loves the D.
And the divine masculine has some D. The divine masculine has the D and that hand to feel. The hand to feel. Well, you just got to get both in the hands. All right. Does the X miss me? Speaking of which, the Sun, very interesting. 5 of Pentacles and Temperance. It feels like that the X is currently in a long distance relationship. Is that the case? Like, what's going on with the X? They're in a long distance relationship. I'm going with that because the window feel, and I have that in my new book, talking about windowed action within the tarot, and that window within going into Temperance with sort of this happy feel. I think they're working towards getting a long distance relationship sort of functional. Feels like maybe it's not functional. Maybe it's not something that they want. The Sun, they're trying to get it to be there, but it just isn't. So I do think that they're sort of busy with sort of the next phase or the next segment of where they're going in the life, right? Getting into that Sun, trying to get something brighter, something more active, something fun, entertaining, something that they can sort of hold on to and appreciate. I think they're just trying to reach that point at this time and kind of busy with that. Do they miss you? I don't really see anything in here that says we miss you. It's more like we're trying to just suffer through the current environment. It does feel like the environment is not working 100% and they really wanted it to. And maybe it's not going to be there. I do think that they end up in a completely different type of relationship overall. So yeah, there's feels like a little bit different relationship overall as they do that. So let's say after all of that, one more card. After all of that, what happens? The Chariot, they end up just sort of wandering around. I think if you're looking for getting back to them, let sort of the current situation fail. Let them get into something that was sort of weird, unusual, and a little short-term thing. And then as they're wandering past that, you have more of an opportunity to sort of get in there and get that. But right now, it just seems like they're really busy and focused on other things. So, there is that. Focused on everything else, focused on the busy life and whatnot, and trying to get from place A to B and try just to survive, just like most of us are. Weekly General could use some calming. Andrew is in one of them situations that needs to chill out. We'll use the divine masculine after all, Use that divine masculine after all. Get a little bit of the masculine feel there. Speaking of masculine, a man has popped out. Well, that sounds dirty, but you know what I mean. We have one pop out, one man over here. This man has something to say, and he wants an ice cream cone. By the way, if you like this cloth, it is available on the Etsy. Link in the description. But yeah, the King of Pentacles, that's an interesting start to this. It does say you get a better handle on, no pun intended, on the situations around you that are moving a little too quickly. So we do have a little too fast action. We do get a handle on some of that, maybe via an ice cream cone. You just never know. The Fool says the handle that we get arrives at an opportunistic time to where we can sort of get that the Four of Swords and the Eight of Wands. So if you're looking for calming, the Four of Swords is pretty key here. It talks about calming. It talks about relaxing. It talks about delays. Things are not going to be as poignant. All of the objects are not going to be as sharp. You're trying to find something. Ever have one of those card protectors and they're really sharp on the edges and they sort of hurt? Anyway, but yeah, so it feels like one of those. Christina, welcome. Thank you so much for the kind words. I appreciate it. Your dog was a pleasure to paint or draw. Yeah, the Four of Swords says we have a calming motion where things aren't so sharp, things aren't so poignant, it's sort of not as big of a deal. Ruby, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. The Fool says that you do get to move through a little smoother. So we're going from place A to B. place A to B. And part of that is I want to get there smoothly. I don't want to go through every bump in the road. I don't want to get a traffic ticket. I don't want to get 5 traffic tickets. I don't want to have people tailgate me the entire time. And that's sort of how we feel right now, right? That King of Pentacles. You see, you got the sort of this activity going on in the background. You're sitting there, you're ready to get up. It's like the statue of Moses in, Florence? Anyway, so yeah, Mina, welcome. How you doing? So like they're ready to get up. They're ready to just sort of be alert. They have the hair sort of, where there's not going to get in the eyes, and then they need to be alert and ready. And sort of that is going to be calmed down with that 4 of Swords action where you get that. Now, 8 of Wands says there is a part 2. The part 2 is going to be smoother, though, because we've had time to plan. We've had time to regroup here. And that Fool says that journey is going to be a little bit smoother going. Because normally in the Fool, you have the dog sort of chasing him. Now the dog is more of a companion than chasing him out of the village or whatnot. So yeah, the 8 of Wands, that action, that activity is coming back, but it's going to be on a more manageable level. So there we go. Jeebus in YouTube wants to know what's going on over here. What's going on is there is no list, Jeebus. Donation, take priority. And then I pick it random. It could be anything. It could be you, Jeebus. It could be a random person. It could be anybody else. I don't know. It depends on what I like. But yeah, if you want to make a donation, that'll guarantee your spot. Other than that, it's all just me wandering around chat and seeing what's up. When will we reconcile? Or will we reconcile? Get some hearts in there. Maybe some reconciliation. If you do, I would recommend that you use this deck to reconcile with. Cheryl, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you so much. How long will I work for this company? Cheryl, we can check that out indeed. Let's see. Got the Bumbleberry Hollows Tarot tonight. It's going to be a bumbleberry night, Because if you're going to have a berry, if you're going to eat some berries, they need to be bumbleberries, like a bumblebee, except it's a berry instead of a bee, apparently. So yeah, when will we reconcile? It is in the mix. It is in the mix. We do need a little bit of an ending to this story. Yeah, it is in the mix. Chariot says eventually reconciliation is on the table, but it is a while. I mean, you're looking at almost a year. I would say almost an entire year. It just feels like that motion from the Chariot pointing to success, which is what you want. You want a successful motion. If you're going to have a project, if we're going to sort of move into that next realm and get sort of focused on where we need to be as far as a relationship, as far as fixing some of the things that were broken and whatnot, it feels like that we need to get that to be a success. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. There you go, Jeebus. Sunflower has hosted you. What do you want to know, Jeebus? Ask your question. So yeah, the Chariot says we are moving in that direction. 6 of Wands, we're moving in the direction of success. Because that's what you want at the end of the day. You want a successful feel. You don't want it to be something that's going to rehash the old times and then things just weren't where we needed it to be. 5 of Wands, it does say that we have a delay, we have a conflict, we have sort of this motion back and forth that just doesn't work. It doesn't meld. It's the puzzle pieces that you just can't seem to fit together, and it just doesn't make any sense. That 5 of Wands needs to be portrayed better. The 5 of Wands needs to be fixed. Some of that conflict that we had needs to be sort of melded over. And the Knight of Wands says we're able to do that. Now, the Knight of Wands, even though it's a cool looking card, literally, it is a fiery card. Sunflower, thank you for hosting Christina. Christina, let me know what your question is. Christina, I'll have your tracking number tomorrow, by the way. So yeah, the Knight of Wands says the motion that we need to make, that fiery aspect of the reuniting, needs to be done in a relatively short period of time. Like there's a small window that comes open. Again, I'm thinking almost a year. A small window comes open. And during that window, I think you have a unique opportunity to sort of get that done. Now, I say about a year. I mean, I literally think that you were looking at almost an entire year before you have this opportunity. But when it comes, it will be fairly obvious that it is here. It'll be fairly obvious to sort of chase that, to get that going. But I do think you reconcile. You just need some space right now. A little bit of space. A little bit of space going there. Okay, what do we got next? We got Cheryl. How long will I work for this company? How long will I work for this company? Let us check that out. And do that with the heaven and earth. Heaven and earth, we have not used that in a minute. By the way, if you're in the queue, it's not too bad. It's not too bad. We got a couple people in the queue, and then the queue is freed up. Indeed. All right. So let's see. How long will I be working here? Let's get a number. Or let's get sort of a feel of what happens. Sort of a little story from front to back. See how long sort of by that. Oh, man. You got a good match. A lot of mobile action there, too. Well, so what I think happens, basically, is that the company has it's basically the company has enough of a disincentive not to stay that you actually get pretty excited about leaving. So, you get excited about leaving. So getting into this company was a pain in the butt. There was a lot of searching, a lot of seeking. There was some concern, some worry. And you're just like, what is the ultimate destination here? What do I need? What do I need from this place? Gianna, thank you for your donation. But yeah, the search was just a pain. And I think that's going to make you sort of settle down quick. You're just like, all right, I really don't want to go through this again. Let's stay here. Let's concentrate on what I have in front of me and see where I can get, basically. Because the Lover says that, we have that action, the activities, well, the Two of Cups, but yeah, action, the activity, and it's a good match for now. I think over time, though, you just feel like you need more expansion. And I think that's not helped by things sort of opening up, opportunities sort of sprouting up, people contacting you, be like, hey, did you hear about this? Hey, did you hear about that? And I think that is very sort of tempting because the Chariot says emotion, getting motion across. Not only that, but having more command over sort of where your next big thing is going to be rather than the company deciding where your next big thing is going to be, I think sort of attracts you out of it. So I think that you end up working there a good year and a half, maybe even 2 years. But then you're just like, well, I'm not really too content here if I have another option. If somebody opens that door for me, if the door's wide open, I see a nice other place, a grass is indeed greener, I may hop. I've been here a while. I have a good rep, things like that. I would say a year and a half to 2 years, again, until the door opens and you see the sunlight outside and you're ready to go to sort of run around out there. All right. Jebus wants to know, doing a bit bad. Changes coming in the next 6 months. Let's check that out for Jebus. By using the This Might Hurt Tarot? No, we'll use, I don't know. What are we going to use? We'll use this one. We'll use the Light Seers Tarot. For Jebus, welcome to the stream, Jebus, by the way. So I bet Jebus has not seen the money trick. I'm thinking Jebus. So before your reading, we'll show you the money trick. We do have it ready. We do have it ready and prepped. The money trick says that the money trick says we have 1, 2, 3. All we have is $5, and we need to go buy some tarot decks. I just can't buy a lot of tarot decks with $5. You know that. I know that. So to solve that problem, all you do is snap like that. And when you do that, it becomes $100. Now I can go buy some decks. I can buy, I don't know what I want, a Ciro Marchetti deck. Then I'm going to get the Light Seers, maybe the Divine Masculine, maybe the, I don't know. I'm just going to get a lot of decks at this point. I mean, you got more money for cards, you know, and that's what's important is more money for cards. Stimulus money works like that. It's just free money. Anyway, Jeebus, that's my stimulus. Since I didn't get any stimulus, that's my stimulus, and it is stimulating indeed. So, let's see. Change is coming. Doing bad. 10 of Swords says there's some bad things on the out. They're leaving. Some of the bad things are leaving. They're cutting, right? They're cutting. One of the bigger problems here is the 6 of Wands. And I mean, you're like, wait a minute. Ooh, move goal achieved. I achieved my move goal with a trick. See, there's good things within that trick. It got me my move goal. But yeah, the 6 of Wands, and that sort of means that, Jeebus, that some of the things that you really thought were going to be half decent turned out to suck. And you're like, wait a minute. This looked really promising. I was pretty content with where this could have gone, but it just went downhill. And I think you had a couple of these that went downhill. And one of them, by the way, went way downhill. Jeebus. It went downhill like like that sled in Christmas Vacation. Went downhill as fast as the sled did. And sort of getting rid of some of this is going to be the problem. And I think that you're able to do that. The 10 of Swords says you do have a termination, a cutting action. I think some of these things that are weighing on you, some of these things that are not going that well, they end up just sort of leaving, or they end up at the end. And it's one of those, you know, when you're sick, you're waiting for the end, you're waiting to feel better, you feel better. High Priestess and the 2 of Wands. I think that there are some secrets that are being revealed. And some of the secrets are open up basically some information that you needed. And it sort of explains a little bit about what happened, why it happened, and whatnot. So it does get better via things going away. And the secrets being revealed is going to be important to you. Because the 2 of Wands says now you have a little bit more command over what's next. I think that's all you wanted in the first place, is some command over what is going to happen next. Because if you don't have that, that's a pain. That is a pain. Because now you're just on a roller coaster ride, and the roller coaster ride seems to never end. It's not something that you want at the end of the day. Okay, what do we got coming next? I think for the next one, let's use a Gregory Scott Tarot, which I'll be honest with you, I'm tempted to use a Gregory Scott Tarot for like a one whole day. Because one whole day for the Gregory Scott Tarot would be pretty cool, because that has so much good stuff in it. All right, now we got Christina's host. Thank you again, Sunflower. And Christina, I will get you a tracking number tomorrow. And hopefully today was terrible at work. So hopefully tomorrow I at least have time to leave the house. But it may be the next day. I will let you know. Okay, well, the Sun regain custody rights. All right, we'll go ahead and tackle this one. We'll do a general reading. Here's how to handle a legal question. If you don't want to do legal questions, you just give a general reading. So let's give a general reading about the Sun. General reading about your Sun. And so you translate this question into a general reading. And then the cards will explain what they want to explain. So you sort of open the, you open the topic up a little broader, and you say, hey, What do you think about the overall situation with everything? And that way you don't have to handle the legal question. The cards, if they want to handle it, they'll handle it. But we just have a general reading. So that's the good place there. Okay. So that is sort of definitely an interesting 6, right? So the Gregory Scott sort of reinterprets a lot of cards, and that's what I like. Isabella, it's good to have you here as well. Stacy, what's up? Tarot and Such, what's up, lady? Hello. 6 of Swords is a success card. Bottom line, it's the Lord of Victory. It is the Lord of Victory. But this victorious path that we are navigating through has a bit of looks a bit scary. We have Rose. Thank you for hanging out with us tonight and your donation. We have things hanging on to us, people hanging on to us. We have demons hanging on to us, and the treacherous road is treacherous indeed. But the good news is we're able to get through it. We're able to get through it because the 6 is a pathway and a journey from place A to B, and place B is pretty good. It's an improvement overall in the situation. So perilous journey in the entire situation, but able to get to the end successfully. What is at the end? There are some surprises. We don't have a lot of things that are just clear here. We are blindfolded indeed to what's going on because there are things that are active here. There are politics going on. There are activities in the background where you're just like, well, I don't have a lot of measure of control for some of these, but mainly because I don't really know what's happening in the background. But things are progressing, things are moving. I think that we have a resolution headed our way. So, is the resolution a good resolution? One thing is we do have a battle ahead. It is a battle indeed. And part of that is a 4 of Cups. Not only not wanting some piece of it, but also having some enlightenment along the way. So you have a positive outlook, a positive pathway to get there, but a definite fight during the meantime. So things are looking positive. 6 of Swords is a great card. It's a hairy situation. There are arguments. There are things that happen. There are some activities in the background you're not aware of that affect the situation and whatnot. But overall, it looks like things work well in the end. So there we go. And for the next one, for my next trick, we'll use this. We'll use this one. And this one, what is it, you ask? Well, I'm glad that you asked. It is the Elemental Wisdom Tarot. And Gianna wants to know, will I be in a serious relationship? Let's look and scan and find out. Imaine, welcome. How are you doing? Need to figure that out. We're going to be in something that's more serious, something that's substantive, something that we can rely on, that we can enjoy. Well, let's find out. You do have an aspect of this that says that the 6 of Wands, the Lord of Victory, the Page of Cups, the Devil, and the 5 of Cups. One of the bigger problems here is your next relationship looks a bit iffy. It kind of looks iffy. Addie, welcome to the stream. And that's because of sort of the emotional immaturity of this particular person. So they have a bit of an emotional immature side where they promise things they can't keep. They talk really big. They talk excited. You feel excited. You feel like there's some potential, some action here that you may be impressed with. But the devil says that they can't really deliver on a lot of that, They can't deliver on a lot of that. The devil is also very restricted as well. So sort of the next relationship looks a little iffy. It looks a little iffy. It looks like something that you do need to abandon. And that's sort of the path to be. Sunflower, thank you for your donation. That's sort of the path here that you need to be on, is getting rid of crappy relationships quickly to figure out who is going to be serious and who is not, and understanding the difference between the two. But basically, yes, going to give this a thumbs up. The Six of Wands says you are successful. It is the Lord of Victory. Page of Cups says you need to beware that the next relationship does have an emotional insecurity feel to it. They can't deliver on a lot of the big promises they make, and you need to get rid of it quickly to move on to the next thing. Thank you, Sunflower, for donating for Imain. Addie and Imain, let me know what your question is. You are in the queue. So let's see. Rose, well, I start my side business by the end of the year. Side business, are we going to crank it up? Let's try out the Tarot of the Divine for the side business and see how that's going to go. Because that would be nice. It would be nice indeed to have a good side business on the side. On the side. Okay. 5 Wands, Ace of Cups, and the World. It's easy to start a business. I think it's easy to start a business. You just have to, put yourself out there and put an online cart somewhere and say, congratulations, my business is up and going. And so I think that you're able to do that. Yeah. The star says you're able to get the legs on the table and get the table working. And that's going to be okay. Christina, thank you for your donation. All right. So yeah, the star says you're able to get the table with legs. 5 of Wands says the legs are shaky though. By the end of the year, it's better that you come out with a functional business that has a lot of moving parts to it rather than a beginner set of legs. So the legs being shaky don't do you any good. Ace of Cups says that excitement, that thrill that you do have of, hey, I would love to do this. I would love to have these types of things happening. That Ace of Cups, that excitement is going to be there. Just be prepared with firm legs underneath you if you're going to start it up and sort of put yourself out there. Because if somebody does, so for example, I draw dogs and cats and cows and chickens. When I was doing it at first, they looked pretty bad. And at that time, if I would have put myself out there and said, hey, Sunshiny Day, thank you for your donation. If I would have said, hey, I draw dogs, here's my dogs, and they look terrible, nobody is going to say, sure, give me one of those. Nobody. So what I did was I progressed to a level to where I was good, and then I put myself out there. I wasn't the best, but I was pretty good. It looked decent. And I put myself out there, and then over time, I got better and better and better and better, obviously, with any hobby, Sunflower, thank you for your donation. It basically says be there. Don't be an expert, but be good. And the side business will take care of itself. Addie, host with Sunflower. Thank you again, Sunflower, for the host. And General for April, let's do it. Let us do it. I like salad, so let us get it. Let us do it. With the Gentle Tarot. Gentle Tarot says for April, Addie, April, how is it looking for you? Chloe, thank you for your donation. I appreciate you. How is it looking for you? We got too many cards. So April is about patience. Having little patience in April will not do you a whole lot of good. I think that you're going to be very impatient during April and you're going to say, well, it's time to do this. It's time to do that. But yeah, no, I don't think it works that way. Strength as patience is key in April. You do have the thunderous things going again. Boo Boo, thank you for your donation. By the way, we're ending soon. Need to get out of here by 7:30. So we got 20 minutes to do a lot of readings. I think should be good. I think we should be good still, but we need to sort of cut it off as is. All right. So yeah, that thunderous and stability that you have in April. It's like that things are shaky underneath you in April, and it's hard to get a handle on where to go next. So yeah, it's sort of hard to get that next level, that next stage. So progressing where you want to go in April feels again shaky. And it feels like that you need some stability with that. And again, that's where the patience comes in. If it is moving underneath us, we are able to jump from stone to stone and cross over, but you need to do it carefully or you fall. And I don't think that you want to fall. I think that harvest of wands, that end result in April says that you have a lot of decent things. I think one of the bigger pieces of your life is going to unfold about mid-July, but you know, there you have it. So, all right. It is pouring rain over here. Good rain is good for sleeping. That is for sure. Amen. Is it amen or is it I main? I guess we have another general. We have more generals, especially professional career. Something to watch out for in the career in April. Amen. We have that already. We got that already. We have a little bit of action here going on. I can tell already. Amen. 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 So, as far as career goes, the day-to-day activity in the career, sort of the movement, progressive forward movement in the career is kind of challenged sometimes. I think that you're in for some challenges, and they are unusual challenges too. I think that you have just an outright weird set of events that sort of surround you in April as far as the career goes. It's almost like that there was a door closed that should have been opened. You're wondering why. You're wondering who closed the door, why they closed the door. There's a lot of questions around people. Specifically, there's this one man. You wonder, like, what's happening with this individual? It's almost like they have too much power, they have too much authority, and there's some drama happening outside of this individual. And the water is not moving from there, and you're trying to figure out sort of what is happening with all of that. I think that you sort of continue on your day-to-day activities. You sort of move into the day-to-day activities, and you use that as a crutch. Instead of pursuing the answers that you need, you sort of use that a little bit too much of as a crutch. I don't think that's going to be a bad thing overall. I just think that you should be aware that you need to find out what is happening with this particular situation. I think if you sort of pursue it, asking around, trying to get that understanding of it, it does clear up a little bit, but not completely. So just be prepared for a little bit of a career sort of move, a career happening with this particular individual, wondering what, sort of things are happening with that and definitely who they are. But I think that you can get to some of it unveiled, but not all of it. Well, not all of it. A very unusual April for you, I may. Another general. Okay, work week. We got general, and another general. All right. That's a lot of generals. More generals, more corporals, more lieutenants, maybe a general. The general for the week, the Four of Wands, is about working from home. Eight of Wands, the Three of Swords. The somebody that's leaving may not be leaving. The somebody that's leaving may not be leaving. There's some drama around people moving around at work. I think some drama around movements, sort of like this person's here and they're there, and this other person's there and then they're here. There's a lot of things moving around and a lot of things happening. And why is this crap kind of happening? What's going on? The Nine of Swords says you start to worry. You're like, there's a lot of stuff happening. And I am a bit concerned about all of this garbage. I don't think overall it lasts a long time, but there is some rapid movements happening very soon at work. And the Eight of Wands says somebody's definitely not happy about that at all. And I think that there is some demand on everybody coming up, some extra demand. It's like everybody needs to do this one more thing. Everybody needs to do this one more thing to make us happy. In the Three of Swords, somebody's ready to leave. Somebody is ready to exit, and they let you know. It's very obvious that they're ready to exit for that, for this situation. It's like there's one more thing. Some drama. Always drama. Never shortage of drama up there. That is for sure. Got another general reading. Let's see. Let's do some generalis. Let's get some sunshiny day action with the everybody's favorite tarot. Well, a lot of people didn't like it, but I like it. It's the Housewives Tarot. Housewives Tarot. A gift from the beautiful, lovely, wonderful Christina gave us the Housewives Tarot. And we're gonna see what's happening with that. Oh, look at that Knight of Wands, the Queen, the Page, and the Ace. So, got a work week, sunshiny day. Somebody's coming. Somebody's headed your way. Somebody is coming your direction. A little bit of newness with that. I don't think it's a new person. I think somebody's headed your direction. Sunshiny day, they have some interesting things to tell you. They want you to know this or that. They want you to be in the mix. And they seem particularly interested in letting you know. The Knight of Wands, that fiery action. They get that plumber, the plunger, and they are just sort of sticking it to you. They have all of the things. They're headed your direction, and you see them coming from a distance too. You're just like, what the hell's going on with this person? Queen of Wands, you're like, okay, that's fine. There's the door. I don't really want to put up with this for that period of time. This is not something that I want to put up with because I have this sort of this annoyed expression on my face. Not only is here's the door, but why are you bothering me with this? Why? Why, you ask? Sunshiny day? I'm glad you asked. Because they want you to take care of it. They're going to offload it onto you. They're going to say, sunshiny day, hey, I need some help. You're like, what do you need? Here, do that. Or take that. I need you to coordinate, organize, and do things with this. A Page of Cups says that I can't do it myself. I need your help. Ace of Pentacles. You're tempted. You're like, maybe, I guess. There's the door, but maybe Ace of Pentacles? That is something new. It is something that I could pursue and chase. Just not sure I really want to do that. So there you go. There's your upcoming event. Okay, what do we got next? We got Boo Boo is Princess in Heat. Let's use let's use two tarots. We'll use your tarot you gave me. and the dog tarot. So we're going to use the humping tarot and the dog tarot because dog humping seems to be the theme here. So we're going to use 2 decks and 1 read because I think it's funny. So we're going to go with 1 dog and 1 doggy style. And then we're going to go with 1 humping and humping part 2. And it's sort of like a doggy style throwdown, I guess. A little doggy style throwdown. So the doggy style throwdown over here and the doggy style throwdown over there. So see if we have any butt sniffing or anything like that going on. We don't read all upside down, but theoretically that is upside down. So we do have the 2 of Wands, that search card. We are searching for humping. We are indeed. What the hell's going on in this card? So I think that the dog is sort of actively chasing that footsie action there. Actively chasing the footsie action. I think they're looking towards it. They're headed that direction. So the dog is indeed interested in a little of that 2 of Wands, and that is searching and seeking a partner and a mate. Could be a partner and a mate they are searching and seeking as well. Now we do have the 6 of C. We have the 6 of C. So we do have a potential doggy style there, and we do have the scent, sort of that smoke and that scent going on there. You see all of that, the pheromones that are happening throughout here. A little bit of that. And he is about to reach in and grab that booty. About to reach in and grab that booty. So there is that booty scanning, little booty scanning news happening there. And it may be, an opportunity for things to open up there. But yeah, I do think that they are in heat. We have 2 2s pointing to the opportunities and choices. Very important there as well. And then we have the Sea Guardian looking for that, looking for a lot of water. There's a lot of water. So, there's a lot of wetness here. A lot of wetness, a lot of water, and a lot of seeking and searching. I'm going to go with yes. That is a thumbs up for the wet booty sniffing. The wet booty sniffing is maybe happening there. Chloe, will he make amends during the next retrograde? So apparently somebody screwed up. They need to make amends. They need to fix things. And if they're going to fix things, they're going to do it with the This Might Hurt Tarot. Because, things happened. The White Newman. Yeah, I've had that on order. That was supposed to be here in October. And then it was November, then December, January, February, March. And now it's supposedly April. So, I'm not holding my breath at this point. Something's happening with that tarot deck. And it ain't good. So I need my tarot deck. I've had that on order for literally forever. Like just startlingly long period of time. Will they make amends? I think so. We're doing a preliminary thumbs up on the read here. It is the 10 of Wands says that they are in a mode where they're just like, maybe it is a bit much. Maybe I was a bit melodramatic. Maybe I said some things I did not mean. It's weighing on me. I wish I had it all to do over again. That would be great. Wish I had it all to do over again. Ace of Pentacles says maybe I can. Maybe I can start something that has some stability to it, something that has some meat to it. And that's really where I want to be. Ace of Pentacles says during the next retrograde, hey, I can communicate better. We can make things from the scratch and we can make it work. That is going to work. And Judgment says I'm going to take that time. I'm going to take that opportunity to balance things out and make it better. Make it from A to B here. I can balance things out again and sort of try things from a different perspective and get some good stuff within there. So I do, yes or no question, giving it a thumbs up, and I do think that is entirely possible. All right. The last question of the night. Christina wants to know. Doing a stimulus check on readings. Are you in the U.S.? Will sun get more time with the sun during the summer? Let's use a fun deck for this. Let's use a fun deck for this particular thing, and that is going to be the, what is a default child deck? Default child deck is sometimes a bumbleberry, but we already used the bumbleberry, so we use the Little Prince. That's a good one. Little Prince has some nice sort of family time and sort of youth and stuff like that, images, and that's kind of why I like it. It's got a lot of positive images in here. 8 of Swords, a bit restricted, a little bit restricted on that. The Fool says a little bit more. I wouldn't expect like some dramatic increase. And we say that because of the restrictions in the 8 of Swords. We're sort of stuck. We're stuck up here. We're stuck in a different location. We're stuck doing other things. We have other activities happening with that. 8 of Swords says, yeah, I can't do much about it. I'm restricted with my lifestyle, with things going down as well. 4 of Pentacles as well says it's almost like that they are not happy with their current situation. They'd love to do more free time. They love to have more free time. They'd love to spend some more time. But 4 of Pentacles says, how much can you realistically do, in a period of time? How much can you realistically do with that? There is some restrictions involved with that as well. Ace of Pentacles says, I do get a little more. I can sort of squeeze out more time. I can dedicate some stuff as well. I think that the Sun has other responsibilities too outside of sort of work and whatnot that they need to take care of. Ace of Pentacles does say that they do get more time. They get that slice. They get that stable. They're able to make some stable, moves that are going to make them in a better situation. And the Fool indicates they're going out and they're moving out. They're making motions towards that new opportunity, new stability. And so, yes, some, not like dramatic, but some. So I think, yes, I think it does look positive and all of that stuff. Looking pretty good there. Anyway, thank you all for being here tonight. I appreciate you, and we will see you tomorrow.